Welcome back to Mr. Lee Teaches. Today is Friday, and so today we are going to be doing a tutorial video. And this is the new schedule we're dealing with. On Mondays, we're going to talk about instructional strategies, and then Fridays, I'm going to do my tutorial videos that you guys are used to. So today, wouldn't it be great if you had more time to work with your students hands-on in the application side of the learning process, and not so much the sit and get or the lecture or the give you information side of things, where you could have a more dynamic classroom, move around a lot more, and work on what individual students needed as opposed to trying to cover the broad class at the same time. Today we're going to talk about how you can flip your lesson using some free tools. So flipping your lesson, real quick, I did a video on Monday about this, links in the description, but in a nutshell, flipping your lesson means sending home the instructional side of things, and at school you do the homework side of things, where you do the hands-on, the application, the practice with you, the teacher, the expert, in the room with the student. So if there's a question, you're there to help them. You put the responsibility on the student for the learning side of things, and at least for the initial gist of the lesson. Obviously the student's not going to learn the whole lesson. Plus, I'm fixing to tell you that a flipped lesson needs to be 10 minutes or less, 15 minutes tops, absolute tops, because you're going to lose their attention. This video that I'm making right now for you needs to be 10 minutes or so, because if it's any longer, you're going to change the channel. Your students are the same way, and so don't expect them to do something you wouldn't do. So when you flip your lesson, a lot of people think, oh, well, I got to get a video camera, and I got to video this, and I got to be on camera, and all that kind of stuff. Not necessarily. I'm going to show you two tools, both of which are basically free. When I say basically, I mean I did not pay a dime for the ones that I'm fixing to show you, but I have a PC. And PCs typically, especially districts, work PCs and all, typically come with Microsoft Office. So I'm going to show you Screencastify, which is a Chrome extension. That is absolutely free. And then also I'm going to show you how to screen record with PowerPoint. I'm not a fan of PowerPoint, but PowerPoint does have some really nice tools. And so we're going to talk about how to utilize what you possibly already have on your PC or laptop. First off, we're going to look at Screencastify. So on the screen here, I have the extension already installed. It looks like a piece of film. Let's see. Let me show you what it looks like in the Play Store. So here, if you do a Screencastify search in the Google Web Store, you'll find it. It's an extension. Just add it to Chrome. It's free. If you want to pay for the service, you can pay in the extension by clicking on the upgrade. So once it's installed, you'll click on it and it will ask you to log in. I'm already logged in. I probably should have logged out so you can see that process, but you guys know how to add extensions in Chrome. It's going to ask for some permissions. It wants to ask to be able to use your webcam. It's going to want to ask to be able to use your microphone. Just click allow and all of that. And then you see three tabs at the top. So once you get to where your screen looks like my screen, you see a tab button, a desktop button, and a cam button. The tab button means it's going to lock itself into that one Chrome tab. So if you're going through a slideshow, if you're going through a particular website or something like that, and that's the only thing you want recorded, then you want to go to the tab screen. And the tab screen, you can then select which microphone. So I have two microphones on mine. I have one built into my webcam, and then I've got my blue Snowball, which is the silver one I'm using right here. So I'm going to select the Snowball, and then you can test it. It gives you a little audio meter when you're talking, so you can see. Do I want the tab audio? If there's audio on what I'm wanting to record on my screen, then I can leave the tab audio checked. If not, I turn that off, and now I'm not recording any sounds coming from my computer. I'm only recording my voice, which is what I'm going to do in this case. And then embed the webcam, which means, see how I'm in a little box in the corner of this screen? That would automatically do the same kind of thing for you if you want to embed the webcam. And then I get to pick the webcam. So if I had more than one webcam on this computer, I could select which one it is. And then I can also tell it which corner I want to embed it in. So we'll just do bottom left for whatever reason. And so now we're ready. I mean, that's the setup. That's as simple as it gets. And then if I were to click record tab, which I'm not going to do right now, because if I were, I'm going to get an error because I'm using my webcam to record this, and I got two different pieces of software recording, and computers don't like doing that. But all I have to do is hit record tab, and then it's going to start recording. It gives you a little countdown, and then it starts recording. And then once it's done recording, you just click up here and tell it to stop recording, and it stops, and it makes the file for you. It's literally as simple as that. Desktop is what it sounds like. It records your desktop. So when we're on tab, it's just the one tab that's showing. Desktop means that I can flip between tabs. I can go from one tab to the next, and it's going to record all of it. I can minimize my Chrome browser, and I can pull up Microsoft Office. I could pull up some other program that I might have, a PC program that I use with my students. And I could even pull up Smartboard notebooks. But Smartboard has a recording feature built into it as well, so that, you know, whichever one you're more comfortable with, I guess. But I can record anything on my desktop. So basically just records what I see on my screen. But it's the same way. You set up the microphone if you want the system audio, if you know, the webcam, where it's located, or if you just want to record the camera. So let's say you're wanting to draw on the blackboard or the whiteboard or whatever board you have. You want to record yourself up there drawing on it, doing figures, doing math, writing out sentences, whatever you're doing in your lesson. If you just want to record the camera and not the computer, that's where cam comes in. So you would click on cam, you pick the microphone, pick the camera. It has nothing to do with the audio on the system because it's not recording the system. It's only recording whatever's on the camera. But it works the same way. You would then record it, do your thing, and move on with your life. So the free version of Screencastify limits you to 15 minutes of recording. That's as long as you can record. And that's as long as you would want to record for a flipped lesson. You want to get the gist of the information to the students in that 15 minutes or 10 minutes. Honestly, move it towards 10 minutes if you can. And give it to them with some sort of summary assignment, or please summarize what you watched and come up with 3 questions that you still have for class tomorrow. You know, some sort of spot check to make sure that they're actually engaging themselves in the lesson, and teach them to pause videos and rewind videos while they're watching it. And so that's kind of a skill you'll have to teach them sometimes. But that's like I said, Screencastify. I'm going to show you real quick how to get to the exact same thing essentially in PowerPoint. So I've got PowerPoint here. This is 2015, 2017. I can't remember which version I got. They're all pretty much the same. But if you go to Insert, and over here under Media, you've got Video, Audio, Screen Recording. So you could just record audio if you wanted to. And put that into a PowerPoint slides, and then if you made the PowerPoint slides, you know, automatic, where it flips over every 5 seconds, 10 seconds, or whatever, you could actually narrate your slide presentation, or you could do screen recording. And so when you do that, it minimizes your PowerPoint, but it pops up this little box up here, and this little box. Let's see if I can move it. Well, that's on camera. I record the pointer, or I don't record the pointer. I record the audio, or I don't record the audio. I can select the area, so I can select whatever area I want to record. I can hit the record. It gives me a little timer and the stop button and all that. But that is, like I said, built into PowerPoint. So that is typically going to be something that comes with your laptop, with your PC, that you'd be able to use. The video camera, the webcam that I use on my desktop at work is a Logitech. It's a C920. Yeah, C920. And so they're reasonably cheap. They record in HD, so it looks good on the recording. If you don't want your face in the recording, then don't record it. It's as simple as that. You just turn off the webcam. It's fine. You're just trying to get the content out there. You're not trying to make a video that your students are going to send out and make it go viral. You want to get your content the way you want to present it to your students in an individual type setting. So sending it home for homework, so that way when the students come back to the classroom, They can ask you a few questions, make sure everybody's on the same page, and then you're there to help them as they do the practice, as they do the application, as they do the practical side of things, when it's really that much more important that the expert, the teacher, be in the room rather than just the poke and puke side of things where you give them the information and they try to absorb it like sponges. So if you, like I said before, if you have Smartboard software, that they do have a record feature as well. Now, as far as once you've recorded your lesson, your mini lesson, sending it home with the students, I would say you put it in Google Drive and send them the assignment with Google Classroom. That would be the easiest thing to do. You could upload it to YouTube. You could use PlayPosit or Edpuzzle to ask questions throughout the video to make sure that they're watching the video and they're rewinding it for for understanding and mastery. There's a lot of options out there, but honestly, the easiest way to do it and the easiest way to get started is to use like Screencastify, record a little 10-minute lesson of you doing whatever. And by the way, if you plug in a document camera instead of the webcam, you can select that. So if you want to handwrite out math problems or something like that, that would work totally fine with the document camera plugged into the laptop or the desktop. So send that home through Google Classroom, which hopefully you're using and your students are comfortable with and understand how it works, would probably be the best option in my opinion. And just upload the video to Google Drive, because that way it's not out there on the internet. You're not trying to educate the United States. You're trying to educate your group of kids for that class. And then you would have that in your drive, and you wouldn't lose it. You could have it to use year after year. You could tweak it. You could see what you did last year and see how you can make it better this year. That sort of thing. So lifetime tech service for this. If you have any questions, please contact me, leave comments below. So if you like this video, click the like button. And if you like my content, by all means, subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button right down there, and you'll be notified every time I send out a new video. And if you have something that you would like me to cover in a video or talk about or get back to you about, leave me a comment below, and I will promise you I will get back to you as quickly as possible, which will probably be pretty quick. So thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and I will see you again on Monday for my next Instructional Strategy Monday.